What up, YouTube? It's your boy Detroit Love with another video. Today we're going to take a look at backlit marquees, one of the key components of an arcade machine. Hey guys, when you're done with this video, please go check out these guys' videos online here on YouTube. The Horror Vault, Thunderbird 233, and GetOffMyLawn Gaming. These guys got some awesome stuff over there. Go check them out. Go subscribe, like their videos. One of the key features of an arcade machine is the signature backlit marquee. I mean, when you went to the arcade, that's one of the first things you saw when you looked over in the area of your favorite arcade game. A lot of times these things were clustered together. You never really even got to see the side art. But the marquee glowed like a beacon of excitement. And so that's what we looked for when we came in there. We looked to see if our game was available, if it was free. And even if we didn't have money to play that day, we was going to crowd around it and see what the high score was or who was kicking butt on the machine today. That marquee is a signature part of the experience of an arcade. And so today we're taking a look at three different ways to get that backlit marquee experience. Now, a lot of guys are out there and putting LEDs up and lighting up the front of the marquee, but the authentic way to do this would be to have a backlit marquee. And so this gentleman here, the horror vault, he wanted to do a economical way to do it, and something that a lot of people should be able to emulate pretty easily. He went to Hobby Lobby. He got some supplies. You go check out his video and they'll give all the details of it. But he got these simple supplies and made a beautiful job of this thing here. Took a picture frame or a poster board, and with the black plastic trim so that it blends in with the cabinet, and just cut it down to size. Even used the plastic top of the poster board to protect the marquee. And it looks very nice, very nice. About $30 worth of supplies and a little bit of elbow grease. This guy's done a really nice job with this. So definitely go check out his video. These guys put a lot of work into these videos, and a lot of times it's just for themselves, but they want to share how to do it. A lot of guys come on YouTube and they show you what they did, or just show you the end product of what they did. But a lot of us, we want to be able to show you how it's done if we can, and let you know that you can do these things too. And so I think that's very key, and that's why I want to highlight these two guys here. So very simple project. It just takes some work, takes some planning. Have to know the dimensions that you're working with. But the end result of this thing is it just looks awesome. Looks awesome. And that's how we recognize our favorite game, is by seeing this backlit marquee. So a few simple supplies. If you know how to use a hot glue, some scissors, a blade, you can make this type of thing happen. If money is an issue, and a lot of times people just want to create. We're human beings. We're creative creatures, man. Sometimes you just want to have the accomplishment of knowing, I did this. I took the time. I made this product with my own hands, and that's a pretty cool thing to take these seemingly random pieces of items and to create something. That's one of the essential parts of being a human being, because animals, yeah, they can build nests and they can build certain things, but the human mind, man, is just really no limit to what we can do. And that's why I love watching these videos and seeing how different people go about doing the very same task. People are very resourceful to use the things that they have, to use the things that they have access, and to create something like this. It's just pretty cool. And this transformed your Arcade1Up machine into a very, very beautiful piece of work. We talk about it being a centerpiece, a showpiece for the artwork. The marquee, man, is one of the things I tell you, is it just gives it that extra pop, gives it that extra presentation that there's just no substitute for it. And so I ordered my marquees from this company here, Broad Street. I'll have it in the listing. But these guys do some good work. They're here in Michigan, so I definitely want to support the fellow Michigan folk. But look at that. The artwork just looks beautiful with that backlit light behind it. Asteroids. I used to enjoy playing Asteroids. I'm just not sure why I haven't purchased this one yet. I guess I had other priorities, but I'm not going to play Asteroids on my Street Fighter 1 too, but one of the classic games from back in the day. I definitely enjoy playing Asteroids for sure. But go and check out his video, man. He has detailed steps of how he got this, how he accomplished this. And it just looks great. It just looks fantastic. And he even says, in person, it looks a whole lot better than what his camera can show. And I definitely can agree. These cameras can sometimes give glare and make things look much different than what they actually are. So if you want to have the joy of creating something with your own bare hands and a few hours of elbow grease, this is definitely an option to do at a very affordable price. So I definitely highly recommend going and taking a look at this guy's video. And that's it, man. You go and watch these videos and you find what works for you, what works for your budget, what works for your what works for what you want to accomplish, because no one solution is going to be the best for everybody. And that's the great thing about having options and having people come up with incredible different things. So pretty cool. The Horror Vault. Now, this next one is Thunderbird 233. He did something pretty neat here. He took these two pieces of wood and he put an angle on it, a 30-degree angle and a 15-degree angle on these pieces of wood because these boards slant. So you see, place that wood there at a 30-degree angle. That way it'll have a flat front. And he put the other bigger piece on the bottom at a 15-degree, and that way he created a flat surface to mount his marquee. And when I saw this, I'm like, man, this is pretty cool. You just take out the bolts on both sides of the arcade, loosen them up, and take out the stock marquee and go to work with this thing here. So, my saw skills are not the best. I mean, I can cut some wood and measure and do all that, but when you start getting to the angles, man, ooh, that's a different area. And here in Michigan is like, I don't know, 5 degrees out here and snowing like crazy. And so I would have to do it in the garage, and the garage is pretty cold. So I really want to do this option here just to get more practice on the saw. But look at this. So he mounted it on that top board. The top board just slides right out. And then he went around to the back and he just screwed this bigger the bottom piece of board through the existing holes that were already there. Got his marquee. Now you can see this asteroid looks much different than the other ones. That's the beauty of this. You customize these things the way you want them to be. He sandwiched these between two pieces of acrylic. And it just looks nice, man. So, and then you got these metal angle brackets. screw those things in to hold it in. So it's held in by these things being screwed onto the two pieces of wood that he put in. Now he's got a really detailed video over there. Definitely go check out Thunderbird 233. Did a great job. Now this is one of the unique things I found with his video. Instead of using the LED strip lighting, he used the under cabinet lighting, and to me, I think that's the best route for the marquee, because marquees were a single bulb in most cases. And I think it just give a more consistent display of light behind there, versus the LEDs where you can sometimes see the individual lights or bulbs. I think this under cabinet thing works a whole lot better. So this turned out really nice. He painted that metal strip, and it just looks incredible, man. That's what an arcade machine is supposed to look like. He did all of his. I think he had like 3 or 4 machines there. Pac-Man, and I forget the other one, but that looks fantastic. So I ran up to my local Home Depot, man. I started looking for these supplies. I'm like, man, I want to have that for myself, man. This is pretty sweet. So I found my acrylic, and I figured, the way they price these things, I can make 2 for the price of 1, right? So found my wood, went with a cheaper wood than his pine that he used, found the screws that I needed, and was excited about just getting these things and anticipating, the joy of making this and crafting this with my own hands. It's like, man, this is going to be sweet. This is going to be fun. I'll tell you, I used to be a hammer, screwdriver, and maybe plier guy. I didn't have any power tools and no saws and no axes and all that crap. I had a house for 18 years, and I never really, got all those tools. You see, I don't have any tin snips, so I had to get some of those to be able to cut that angle bracket. But this last house I've had about 5 years now. I've been very crafty, been learning, man. That's what the power of YouTube is. It allows you to see things and see how easy they are, or rewind and keep watching until you feel confident about it. So I found this under cabinet light there online, and very affordable. I'm like, man, this is the way to go. So I had everything in it, but I needed my marquee signs, right? So I went and found the guy that the Horror Vault recommended here in Michigan, and they had some great signs. You see the signs here. They have Bally on it, which the original one doesn't have. And these things are very affordable, just under $16. So I picked up a Galaga, and I picked up a Street Fighter 2, so that I could get going with this thing. So I was pretty excited about it. Then I turned on the saw, and my wife was like, "What's that noise down there?" And then I stopped. And so I went and found these guys here, and I'm like, man, I did the cost breakdown. Like, man, for me to make 2, or for me to pick up these guys here, is basically the same price. So do I want to craft it myself, or do I want to just buy it and install it and be done? So I heard about these guys here, the Retro Collector, on Facebook, but all this stuff is just developing new. It's just starting off, and it's kind of, everybody's just getting their footing and trying to figure this thing out, and it's happening so fast. But look at this. It's an entire acrylic marquee. Got the picture up front, and everything else is just acrylic. So light is shining through that like an ice cube, man. And speaking of ice cube, man, it's freezing up here in Detroit right now, and I do not want to go out into that garage and be cutting on anything, but I want to be creative. I want to do it myself. Or do I just let the mailman freeze out there and just bring the product to me? So that's my dilemma, man. What do you guys think? What do you guys want to do? Is a backlit marquee even something you even desire or care to have? Let me know in the comments, man. What do you guys think? Or just simply lighting up the front so you can see the sign. Is that good enough for you? Do you care one way or the other? Man, I appreciate you guys for stopping by and watching this video. Definitely go and check out these guys' videos. They did a great job, and there's going to be more to come. But, you know, subscribe and like their videos, man, because we make these videos and we don't know if you're even out there watching, enjoying, and wanting to see more. And then encourage us to do that when you like and subscribe to our channels and like the videos and make comments so we know that you exist. So keep coming, keep doing it, show the love, man. We do this for you guys and we appreciate you. Until next time, I'll see you on the web.